Alright, so today I wanted to discuss nanotechnology, friction, and animals. And it's kind of a weird combination of the three objects and items, but today I wanted to discuss it. First of all, I wanted to discuss friction and what it is. The best way I can describe friction is to use an example. And that example would be basically when one item is on top of another and dragging them across each other. Sometimes it asks for a lot of power or strength, and it can be really hard sometimes. So in animals, this actually works to their advantage, and there's something called stiction, which is the static friction, which allows them to stand still on an object and kind of ignore the laws of gravity as we would imagine them. So for example, insects, in particular in this circumstance, the robber fly has lots of little legs that secrete a tiny little amount of liquid. And the example I use for this, to illustrate this, is imagine you take a paper towel and drag it across a countertop, and how much strength that requires. It's actually really easy to do. A small little gust of air could do it for you. But imagine if you put a puddle in between that paper towel and the counter, a small little drop of water or a puddle, and you drag that paper towel through the water and on the counter. You would find yourself needing a little bit more strength and pull to move that because it's sticking to it from the friction which was caused by the water in between the paper towel and the counter. So these insects actually use that same idea, but with little secretions that they have in their legs that help them stick to things like plants or like walls without falling down. The nanotechnology in the robber fly is really cool. It's on their flies, on their eyes, and it looks like their eyes are smooth, but in reality they have these little bumps everywhere, and they're called corneal nipples. But the reason that they're there is that it helps keep the eyes clean for the fly, and that's really important because they're constantly in flowers, getting pollen and dirt all around them, and so it keeps them clean so that they can continue to see. And this technology is actually being applied into solar technology on solar panels, so that way the panels can take in the sunlight and use that, harness that energy, but also not reflect so much that it's damaging to the environment. And so that's kind of how nanotechnology, animals, and friction all relate one with each other, and especially with the robber fly in this particular case. Thanks for watching.